Hello, thank you for joining me. It's Sunday the 27th of October. Today I'm giving you a tarot reading. I'm using my crystal tarot, which also has some lovely crystals in them. So maybe the crystals that come out you will have, or perhaps even fancy buying. Let's see if they resonate with you in some way. Okay, so we've got the Two of Cups and we've got the Queen of Swords. So before I talk about those two cards, I'll tell you what crystals they are. So for the Two of Cups, it's rhodochrosite, promotes passion and frees you from emotional drawbacks. So that's lovely, isn't it? Nice way to start Sunday. For the Queen of Swords, we have green tourmaline. Okay, it's also called verdolite, which you may know it by. So if you have green tourmaline, it's very good for the brow chakra, to tune into what you're really thinking, because obviously the Queen of Swords is all about thinking. What does it say in the book? It says it promotes your mind power. Yeah, you can put it on your brow chakra to release your intellectual force. Wow, that's lovely, isn't it? Okay. But these cards are very different because the Queen of Swords tends to be a very standalone character. She's very independent-minded. She obviously speaks her own mind. She doesn't really mind being on her own. And she's seen there's actually the crystal there behind her and it's in her hand as well. She's often seen pictured on the top of a mountain range, which connects her to the air, because this is the swords are often connected to the air signs in astrology. So there's always this idea of isolation, which can go into the kind of negative aspects of the Queen of Swords. But to climb that mountain, she's had to overcome so many obstacles and push against her comfort zone, leave things behind that haven't really helped her or served her. And I always think with the Queen of Swords, she's had to push herself so hard. By the time she gets to this top of the mountain, she's sort of left people behind. So I do feel there's that kind of element sometimes of be careful what you wish for, which can come out sometimes when we're pushing for a career and then realise it's been at the expense of our existing family or having a family, or, you know, making relationships work in some way. So I like the fact that she's actually looking towards this Two of Cups, because I feel like this is reconnections. I feel like this is getting a little bit more balance in line with our head, which is really the swords rule, and our heart, which the cups rule, our emotions. So the Queen of Swords, if it comes up in a reading, she's really there to help you identify areas where you do stand alone, where you can stand alone. But that doesn't actually mean that you have to all the time. So you may find this card crops up if you are very unlikely to ask for help. Whether that's just in your normal everyday life or in business, you don't particularly like collaborating with people, or you've got sort of trust issues around people taking your intellectual copyright, people taking your ideas. Maybe that's happened to you before, so you keep yourself a little bit distant. So there's the idea of trusting, that's not impossible for the Queen of Swords. She's just going to take her a little bit more time than most. It can also come into our lives when we have distanced ourselves from relationships. Now, that could be our family relationships. That could be relationships, i.e. perhaps this person is divorced or single, or, you know, getting over the breakup of a relationship. And we've all said it, haven't we? Oh, never again, never again. But actually, why? Because I feel the Queen of Swords isn't doing herself justice by standing alone all the time. Because I don't think anyone really, it's helpful for anyone to be completely cut off in every aspect. we've seen it in COVID, didn't we? When people actually had to, if you know, people that are quite happy living alone, but then got shut up in their houses for 6 months and couldn't go anywhere. And it had a real effect on people's mental health. So whether we like it or whether we don't, and I suspect the Queen of Swords veers more towards not liking it, we do need relationships. We do need people in our lives. What I feel she stands for and what I feel this Two of Cups is all about is having the boundaries to know that actually all my relationships are going to be balanced. There will be give and take on both sides. There will be love and trust and respect on both sides. These cups are balanced on top of each other, but that doesn't mean that, you know, one's higher than the other. It's kind of an equal partnership. And I feel that the Queen of Swords has that understanding that not all relationships are balanced. Not all people have our best interests at heart. Some people are a little bit narcissistic and some people do give a lot more than they take, and vice versa. So I feel the Queen of Swords understands and approaches relationships with an open mind. I feel the Queen of Swords is telling us here that yes, we should have equal balanced relationships. So if they're not, there's no harm in distancing yourself and removing yourself from a situation. And I do feel because she works with her mind, she can see that, you know, often when we're ruled by our heart, that kind of clouds our judgment about people, doesn't it? And there's a fine line between understanding what people are like and judging them. I think judging, you can be quite harsh. You could maybe say things that you don't mean, or you can sort of drag yourself down to their level by being, you know, the same characteristics to them that they are to you. But the Queen of Swords, I feel, is looking and making decisions based on facts. So if somebody's flaky and keeps saying that they're going to meet you and they don't, well, is that worth my time and energy reorganizing another meeting with that person? Possibly not. Has this person given me any cause for concern? Has this person that I'm quite interested in having a relationship with, have they given me any reasons not to trust them? And if the answer's no, then it's worth pursuing it, isn't it? You can't base it on other relationships in the past. This is a whole new thing. So I like the open-mindedness and the experience that the Queen of Swords is bringing to relationships. Because when we're in any kinds of new relationship, be it a new friendship, business partnership, or actual loving relationship, or new relationship with somebody that you're just getting to know on, dating or anything like that, our emotions do get excited. We get that flutter in our heart and the excitement and all the unknowing and the uncertainty. So I feel it's absolutely fine to do that. So the Queen of Swords is coming in just to add a little bit of sense and maturity to it, because she has the experience to know that actually relationships, if they're good, should last a long time. They should have a little bit of longevity about them. And to do that, you have to maintain what you will and won't accept. And, you know, the other person has to do the same, don't they? Because once your expectations are lowered, once your boundaries are lowered, then that relationship kind of does not become equal, and issues can occur. But I love the Two of Cups coming in because it does bring in that element of excitement, of love, of passion into our Sunday. So however that unfolds for you, I hope it's very enjoyable, and I will see you back on Monday with another reading. So have a great weekend. Bye for now.